Hey everyone, hi, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you are not new. Today I'm going to talk all about what I learned after spending 30 minutes with Astro Teller, aka the King of Moonshots. Okay, so the first huge takeaway would be mission first. You always want to be mission oriented and have a plan behind that. So mission first, and basically part of your mission would be the main impact and how this can affect society and how this can have a positive growth also on the team's economic development and how this can help people specifically in the area that you're researching. Astro was saying specifically for X, they plan to not have many research departments at all. They kind of wish that they want to go in the direction of having zero resources allocated to research, which can be taken in a negative light, and that's kind of how I first saw that before he explained himself. But essentially, when someone's already implementing research and already working on a problem and already has necessary solutions to solving that problem, if it's in your niche, it's better to just coexist with them and co-work besides trying to tackle on their issue and kind of compete. Because working together, you can make a bigger impact. Counterproductive when you're working on something and someone's already mastering that or doing it better than you. So that's kind of a unique perspective to have, and kind of think that you're not always in competition with people, but you're kind of wanting to find the best team with the best skill sets, so you can take a variety of people in different niches or different subject areas and combine them to make the biggest team that will have, or not necessarily the biggest team, but the best team that'll have the biggest impact. Okay, so the second topic was definitely not new to me, but the way that they go about at the X Factory, kind of incorporating that into their work was new. And this basically sums up the topic of embrace failure. So this sounds just like very simplistic at first. Enjoy making mistakes. But at X, they reward employees and different workers that are working on these complex problems in the area of like a promotion or celebration when they kill off an idea. And killing off an idea sounds kind of vile, that I did it in my past project that I'm currently working on at the moment. I won't go too much into that because it's not the main topic of this video. Anyways, killing off an idea is you're basically finding gaps in your possible solution or proposed solution, and you're finding ways that this wouldn't be possibly economically viable, technically viable, any factors that could contribute to this not working, or finding a solution that's already pre-existing that solves your problem better. You would want to then kill off your idea. And at X, they embrace this kind of mentality of failing and going through multiple kind of trials and difficult situations to figure out what is the best idea and what can you, I guess, make a huge moonshot off of. So one of the topics and one of the questions someone was asking Astro during this Q&A session was, how do you keep people motivated after their project gets killed off? Because your project, you could be working on this thing probably for 3 years and maybe you're running out of funding, or this kind of tech area has kind of collapsed because a company or startup is doing it better and outperforming you. And this, he didn't have a set answer, which I totally respect, because it's hard to encourage people that are already discouraged, especially when you're dedicating kind of maybe your whole life to this problem, and maybe you've done a PhD in this area. It can be really discouraging, especially from like a point of view. And that for me was kind of like one of the deciding factors that I am really interested in moonshot problems, but I don't know if I would function in a company like X, because I would kind of be discouraged if my idea got killed off. Not to say that I'm not super interested in moonshots, but I like kind of the niche area of science or research and focusing in on that. But I think having that growth mindset where if your idea gets killed off and you kind of have to move on is so important for life. And at the moment, while I definitely have struggles adapting to that, I hope in the future, and through my current moonshot that I'm working on right now, I can kind of iterate that in my process of thinking and not get discouraged when an idea is not viable, because that's honestly just the facts. If it's not going to perform well in the real world, then you need to be aware of that and you need to be able to kill the project off. Okay, so these aren't huge main ideas, but I still want to include them before the video ends, so that's what this part is. So I think another kind of sub point to all of this, and one of the things that I learned was it's super crucial to work collectively in a communal situation. Again, regardless of maybe the demographic of your problem, it's just super crucial to be able to collaborate with individuals and be able to take criticism. Astro didn't explain too much of this, but I think this is crucial, especially along the lines of embracing failure. If you can't take constructive criticism, that will definitely become a huge barrier towards finding success in your possibly proposed situation. So for me, I kind of try to embody this as one kind of way is you're never gonna get better if you don't hear what is not working. And from an outsider perspective, that is so vital to understanding kind of where you're going wrong in your solution. So one thing I kind of like to have, especially when I get feedback, and I've been trying to implement this, and I don't know if this is because I used to do competitive gymnastics and it was very cutthroat, but basically if someone wouldn't give you a correction, you would not know how to improve. You would be oblivious, blissful ignorance, as people say. So with someone making that comment, you're already understanding that, oh, I'm not doing this correctly, or, oh, I could add to how I'm doing this, I could change my technique, etc. So while this is out of the context of competitive sports, it's still the same like mind shift where if someone points out ideas that you weren't even thinking of, or you maybe didn't address in your like solution, it can give you a huge change of perspective and also help maybe the barriers that you're facing or mind blocks. So I like to kind of take that into my daily life, and I think embracing criticism and constantly asking on ways that you can improve, or was there anything that I missed, is so important to kind of furthering your success in whatever you do. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.